saw an ad on was it on TikTok or Facebook, and I just kind of signed up because I'm trying to get resource as much as I can for wholesaling.
Well, let me tell you about myself, and then you can decide whether you want to do it or not. I see a lot of people that have paid $10,000 and $20,000 and still have no clue what they're doing. And I it took me roughly about 3 years to get my first deal because I had nobody to teach me, and I learned for free on YouTube, and I wish I had somebody to point me in the right direction. And so I spent years and years struggling to figure it out and do it for free. And I wasted so much time. I could have just paid a couple bucks. And yeah, it's really, one of the things I do run into is a lot of people, they don't know how, who to trust with their money. So,
Mhm.
and I get it. So I own the group, real estate wholesalers wholesaling real estate. We got roughly 50,000 people in there, and I want to say most people just want free information. And the problem with free information is you get what you pay for. The the problem is that there's just so much information out there, and there's a lot of fake information. And so, yes, people don't know what to listen to, but there's a lot of fake information. So, a lot of people just trying to sell you, these large amounts of courses, and so that's why I started doing this for $50 just to get people started. That they need real life experience to be able to do it anyway. So even if I gave you a $5,000 course, you still need to go and do it for it to be applicable. And I feel like if I gave away the information for free, people just they wouldn't ever do it. And and so
Well,
yeah, so a lot, today if we do this session, I would want to give you the information, um, and then you would need to go and take action and then come back and have more questions. So you can't, you know, you're gonna have more questions, and then as soon as you get a deal and stuff like that, you're gonna have more questions and different questions. So I I figure that if I can just give you bite-sized pieces at a time, one, you can digest it, and two, you'll feel more comfortable giving me $50 than 5,000 because you don't know who I am, right?
right, right. I mean, you see, I don't like I already know. I'm a YouTube self-taught too because obviously we know I'm like a 9 to 5 job person. Don't have thousands of dollars putting on a course. Plus that trust issue that you mentioned earlier. I don't want to just waste my money, but I actually, I could consider this is my second day as a wholesaler because I'm actually like calling for the leads, right? But then today I just noticed I was like, wait, I should calling the leads because what if I did come across a motivated seller? I don't even have my cash buyers. That would be a really embarrassing thing that I have someone on contract, but then I don't have any cash buyer who can take over my check. So then today I started looking for cash buyers in Facebook groups. That's one of the things that I was like, okay, but then again, which Facebook group is trustable? Like, which one should I trust? No, I joined a lot of them. So so let me ask you this. In this 50 bucks, what would you teach me? Like something that I know already, or how can we like
So the good thing about me is I've done it the free ways and I've done it the expensive ways and all the ways in the middle. Um, so I would want to ask you what you've been having trouble with, and I would want to help you with the thing that you're having trouble with. So that's the reason that I do this in little small pieces because people are in different areas. Lots of people, some people haven't even heard of cold calling, and then some people they already got a deal but they don't know what a deal looks like. So just because you know and then it would be terrible if you accidentally spent some money and got a good seller and then didn't know what to do. Um,
Right.
and I've had that happen multiple times with people that they they don't. That's the problem. Is most people don't know what a deal looks like. So I get a lot of people that are like, well, why don't you just teach me for free and I'll give you a deal? And I'm like, you don't even know what a deal is. How are you going to help me?
Right.
So
Okay, so I'll tell you what I know, so that you know what you have to teach me. So I know how to find leads. The freeway. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm trying to. Can you hear me?
yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's pop stream, batch leads. These are the ones that you have to pay for to find leads. There's a freeway where Facebook groups, marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, Redfine. That's where you can also find um uh leads. Yeah. For cash buyers, yes, you still have to search like, or the houses that are already renovated, they're already sold. You can contact their owner and kind of tell them, hey, are you still looking in that area? Or if you just like kind of have a build the relationship with them. Like just tell them, hey, what you looking for? If I come across a deal, do you want, what is your specific things that you're wanted? Now, not really because I'm a beginner, but I get nervous, and I thought that the seller to know to think like, oh, okay, that person is slow. Why is she's like scattering? Why is like you get what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, hi, then I'm like, if I say I'm an investor, what if there's a point of time where it comes that the seller found out I'm a wholesaler and not an investor? I'm like,
Yeah, so I can help you, but a lot of the stuff that people worry about doesn't matter. The question is, do I need cash buyers? Is that your question? I have a list of 8,000 cash buyers. Okay. Now, I've never used the list. I did 15 wholesale deals in 15 different states last year. I do
okay.
not, you don't, if you have a good deal, you're, everybody will buy it. Your cousin will buy it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You'll be able
So
to
you don't
sell it.
need a cash buyer, a bunch of them.
Yeah, if you legitimately find a deal, and I can walk you through the process, but I'm gonna tell you a secret right now. Okay, this is why you paid me. I sell them on the MLS for full retail price.
Oh, okay.
I get
Okay.
realtors in that area to do my dirty work. They take pictures, they let people in, they do showings, everything.
Oh my God. Okay. So you know that answer actually you answer a lot of questions that I did have because I was like, okay, I'm doing virtually. How am I gonna do showing? Okay,
I
so
don't
who
know if
I
you know,
hiring?
I'm in my bed right now.
Yes, I can tell. I can tell. But I'm like,
So
okay, but there's like on YouTube, when you're on YouTube and TikTok and learning from those people, their mind's like,
so
okay, what
people
is saying another way?
most
What
people
is
do
saying?
not do this. Most people do not do this. They have cash buyers. They have a list. They make a flyer that says it's a 3 bedroom. We want 260, blah blah blah, and they send it out. But they're paying for that. But not only that, when you sell it to investors, they want a deal because they need to sell it again. So that means you need to get it for 50% off, which is crazy. It's already hard
Right.
enough to get a good deal. Now you got to get it for free.
True, true that. I was gonna ask you that. I was like, okay, let him finish. Now I'm gonna ask him, how do I do virtual pictures? How do I do virtual walkthrough? And without the seller being know that, oh, I'm just a wholesaler and not an
It
investor.
doesn't matter.
And I,
It doesn't matter as long I let them know that I'm going to sell it. It says it in my contract that I'm going to sell it on the MLS.
oh, okay, well, after watching those videos, I did kind of got little. worried. I'm like, okay, so the set, I can't let them know I'm a wholesaler, otherwise I'm gonna lose a deal. Like I'm gonna
If
lose
you come
everybody.
in and say, "Oh, I'm a wholesaler," you start with that. It's going to turn them off. You don't need to avoid the question though. I always start with, "Are I say, all right, I'm going to buy this property. Okay, are you okay with me selling it? Do you care where the money comes from? Oh, I don't care where the money comes from as long as I get this amount, right? I think it's
Right.
easier
Okay.
to be upfront with them than to play this game. Cash, cash, cash. We're just giving, helicopter money.
Gosh, buyers.
They
Yes.
don't care where the money comes from.
Yeah, oh my God, you already like made a lot relief of that. I was like, okay, I was stuck in that. Like, I
But
don't have nobody
realtors are going to tell you what
to
it's worth because 90% of the time the seller is lying.
like, I don't know how much that's what I was gonna say. Like, how do I trust the seller
No,
that
you
if they
can't.
say the condition is fair, how do I know the condition is fair?
Okay, so how do you know what the property's worth? You don't. They do though. So ask them what they want. I don't send out these stupid offers that they say on people just send out it's worth 500 grand, but they're sending out offers of 200 grand. Who's going to go for that? All they're going to do is find somebody else who's going to promise them 350.
Right.
So all this stuff on YouTube, I'm telling you, it's not fake, but a lot of it is old information. They're talking about foreclosures. There's no such thing as a foreclosure today. I haven't seen a foreclosure in 10 years.
I mean, I myself didn't see one, but then I was like,
They don't
I don't know.
exist. I know people that haven't paid for 10 years and still are not in foreclosure because there's no reason for the bank to foreclose to spend money on a house when it's going up in value.
Right. That's true. That's true. So, and as you can tell, I'm like brand new to this wholesale
Of
industry.
course.
Okay, and the only reason I think, for my reason, I'm only reason here so I can make money. Like I can. That's the only reason I'm here. But the more I look into it, it's actually becoming less interest as a money and more of a like a hobby. Like I even
You want to learn
the
it,
other
right?
day, yeah, the other day I was driving by and I just seen that a property, like it was just so ugly, the trees and the roof was coming out. This is a distressed property, and it's money there.
I'm gonna
A
let you know
hobby,
the
I would
ones
say
that are total,
$10.
the ones that you're seeing that have trees growing through them. Sometimes they're lost in what's called probate, or maybe they're just lost in the system. Uh, Sometimes banks lose forms. I dealt with somebody that hadn't paid in 5 years. And as soon as we went to buy it, the banks started the foreclosure process because they hadn't collected a payment in 5 years, and they didn't
Ooh,
know that it was even on their books. They lost the paperwork. So when you get a mortgage, it may get sold 3 or 4 times. So down the line, they may lose the paperwork. Um,
oh,
and that's very common. Now, another reason that houses are look abandoned is because, one, people don't want to fix junk houses, especially when they inherit them. But sometimes it's been in their family for so long, they just don't want they don't want to sell it. They just would rather have the empty property. So the ones that are
yeah,
really damaged, they're not the ones that I go after. You want ones that my favorite properties are ones with tarps on the roof, because somebody is living there and they're trying to protect the property, and it needs more work than they can afford.
right, right. That in
So
where in my apartment complex, like 2 aisles down. Last week, that it's a house. It's a very tiny house. I think it's roughly 2 bedrooms, and it caught on fire, and fire happened. And now there's a cardboards all over the windows and everything. And actually, I knew that just a day or two ago because I was driving by that alley, and I was like, "Here's money." Here's money. Like
yeah.
there's
So do you use PropStream and get the information?
no, actually, I just didn't. I was like, should I?
Okay,
You
so
know
I'm gonna
what?
write
Let's
this
do
down.
something.
Write this down.
I'm gonna go get my book. All right.
TruePeopleSearch.com is a free way of finding people's information. TruePeopleSearch.com. I don't use PropStream because I don't need it anymore.
I had a 7 day free trial from some of the TikTokers or somewhere. And to me, in the first day, it was totally confusing. And I was like, I don't know what to click, and it's like so many buttons and everywhere. Then as it goes by, I was like, Zillow has pretty much everything. I mean, Redfin
PropStream
has some,
PropStream is a
but
good way to start. I suggest you get PropStream and start calling people and annoying them.
I know. Well, the owner information is what Zillow don't have. Like you don't see a lot of them. But
When you
not more.
if you look up my information, it's going to show my phone number from 10 years ago. But that's just because that if you sign up for a free trial and you use a phone number, it's going to be attached to you. If you sign up for a sweepstakes and you put your address and your phone number down, it's gonna pop up. So that stuff changes constantly, and people sometimes change their numbers just because of that. So there's no
Oh,
magic here, but um, if you stay on it and you're always doing it, like you said, if you're driving around and you see a house, then collect the information. Now, if you get PropStream, it has a driving app, and the driving app, you can just click on the house and it'll give you the information, and then you just click skip trace and it'll give you their phone number.
are you serious? It does have that? I'm going back on Prop Street.
I also use
Okay.
Google Maps like that. Google Maps is free. If you click on a property, it will tell you all the stuff about it except for their phone number. It will tell you who owns it, everything.
Okay. Okay, then I can use the truepeoplesearch.com and find that
Like I
information
said, I
that way.
don't use PropStream, but you should because you need to get started with the easy information rather than trying to use advanced information. Okay?
Right. Okay. I was actually calling one of the owner yesterday, and he said that escrow uh like right away in the first sentence he's all like I'm ready to sell, but I need an escrow. And it kind well, like, I didn't know what it means. First of all, I had no, like,
Okay.
I was like, what does it mean? Like, what do you mean?
Okay,
And
I mean
I
that's
didn't want to,
standard. We're gonna put it as soon as he signs my contract. First of all, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I don't make offers, and I don't even look at the color of the house until I have a contract. They know what the house is worth. Don't play their game. Just play your game. The game is they need to get in contract before you do anything. I'm not going and dancing around the property until I have a contract. Nothing. I don't care how many bedrooms it has. I don't care about your wife. I don't care about your kids. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Okay? Contract. Once you get the contract, now they now you're in the bull rate. It's like getting on the bull in the restaurant. Now they're trying to buck you off, but they're in contract. Now it's time to drop the price.
okay. What is, like, the simple word, what means escrow? Like,
Oh,
does it mean like I
escrow.
have to?
Okay, so there's gonna be you're gonna once you get a contract, you're gonna take the contract and you're gonna send it to a title company. Depending on what state you're in, some have title companies and some have attorneys. But you're gonna send it to them, but you're not gonna do that until and they can or you can. It doesn't matter until you have a buyer. Escrow doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I know the first time he said he needed an escrow, and I'm like, I got confused. Like, I didn't know what it means. Like, I had no clue what he's talking about, and I'm like, okay. I was trying to get out of a conversation because I was like, I don't know what to say next. I don't want him to know that I'm
Yeah, you don't need to start escrow unless they want you to. A lot of these people, they have a weird idea of what the process looks like. They think that you're going to give them money and they're going to hold on to it. No, you're going to give it to the escrow company. I don't give them EMD. Do you know what EMD is?
not 100%. Like
Earnest
the
money.
earnest money. Okay.
I
Okay.
don't give them nothing. The buyer gives them something.
Which part of it is it?
The charge port.
The charge port. Okay.
Are you
Um,
serious? That's my job to have the earnest money ready.
no, you do not ever give the seller money ever. Ever. You don't give the escrow company money ever. Your job is to market and sell the property.
Comps is where I'm comparing other properties for the one that I have subject to. How far can I look? Like I'm saying, I know not across the main street or the main highways, not across that, but can it be like in the same area, but like two alleys down or three alleys down? That's fine, or needs to be in the same alley. Those houses.
So here's the deal. First of all, I have a video on my Patreon. I suggest you join my Patreon. It is going to be the cheapest method to learn this stuff. Okay. But you're gonna have to learn by doing a deal. Now that being said, because you don't know you don't know repair value and stuff, but you don't know what the house looks like anyway. You're not there. So even if you did know how to estimate repairs, it doesn't matter. All we're doing is buying for $1 and selling for two. That's it. It doesn't matter. I don't care what the seller gets. I don't care what the escrow company gets. I don't care at all about any of that stuff. Okay. Now, knowing that stuff definitely helps. Okay. So, but, I'm sorry, I keep getting these stupid messages from all this garbage. Um, so, um, First of all, check out my Patreon. It's cheap. Okay. I can't tell you in one sentence how to comp a property, but I'm going to tell you quick and dirty. Okay. 3 miles, no more than 3 miles. But what you should do is wholesale in the area that you know already. So you're going to know that, okay, well, this is the hood and this is the nice area, right? So you can't compare
Right.
those two areas. We're talking about zip codes or cities. We're not talking about, one street, three houses down. Now, like I live in a housing development and so it's best to comp in that housing development. But if I was wholesaling, I would probably pick this area, not this. If I'm buying with my own money, I want to see this area. So because you're not actually spending the money, a lot of this doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. And then one of the question was, since I am a virtually, I'm not like going out taking pictures. How is the best to hire someone off of a Craigslist or a
No,
retailer or an
the
agent?
seller sends me pictures.
Oh, okay.
They're already
They're
there. Why do I gotta hire somebody to go and break into their property? Now, if the seller doesn't have pictures, you got to choose whether it's worth messing with. You can call a realtor and have them go do it, but it's going to be up to you whether it's worth it. 99.9% of the time the seller has pictures or there's pictures on Zillow. I use Zillow a lot. I use Zillow to figure out what the property's worth. Don't use the top number. Go scroll down to where it says sold and find a property that's like it. Okay?
okay.
One that's sold within 3 miles, one that looks like the property. You can't compare an apartment to a house or a mobile home
Right.
to a house. Okay? And
Has to be within
one that's sold within 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. Okay. Yeah, I always use those filters where, um, the owner and is it different between a house and a multifamily? Is it that it's the same
Yeah, it's much
category
different.
as a
It's much different.
oh,
Now the comps, it's going to be much harder. I wouldn't suggest you mess with multifamily for your first deal unless you just accidentally find a good deal, because it's more about income than it is about comparisons. A single family houses sell by comparisons, multifamily sells by income. How much income is it producing? Now, the seller's going to be able to tell you all this stuff, but the problem is now you're competing against somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Oh, I see. So yeah, they can easily fool me around because I'm the new per
They're going to
new.
want you to put escrow money in, and when you don't put the money in, they're going to say, "Why didn't you put this money in?" They're going to be so much more educated than you. That's going to be a problem. The reason
I
that you
would
do
say that for later.
Yeah, the reason you do single family houses is because people want to move. They want to sell. And it's not for monetary gain lots of times. They just need they got married. They got divorced. They just need out. They inherited the house. They just need to get rid of it. You know?
Okay, I think I don't. I can't think of any more questions because now I know like everything. I just need to. I
You
just
need
need
to
to
get
practice
going,
more on
and
my.
then you can message me when you find a deal, and we'll work on it together. Okay?
Oh yeah, you would help me like that.
Sure.
Okay, because I mean, if me, I can work myself, like getting my speech out there, finding a deal, or finding on a contract where I can put someone on a contract. Then afterwards, okay, then I find a buyer. Now I don't know any buyers. I have no relationship with buyers, so I would need a big help on that part.
The buyer's part is easy if you have a real deal. If you don't have a good deal, then you're gonna be wasting your time. But the problem is today everybody knows what Zillow is, so they know what their property's worth and they want more than value. Lots of people, their house is worth 350 and they want 500, and they're going to jerk you around forever, have you sign a contract for 500. You need to learn the market. Okay, get on Zillow and find out what these houses sell for. Okay,
Yeah. The more I spend time on Zillow, the more I'll educate myself.
get
Maybe
on
YouTube, I would.
get on my Patreon and watch all the videos. Okay.
All right. Okay. And do you have any video that kind of explains like a live deal, that you're doing a live deal, like
Yes.
okay,
Yep.
okay,
And you can ask, my Patreon is there so you can ask questions. Okay. So I suggest you
oh,
comment on every video. Okay.
sure. I think that's a wrap because I don't have any more questions.
Good. I hope that this answered your questions and that it was what you needed.
Yep. Well, it was nice meeting you. And oh, and by the way, you also buy,
Yeah.
or you also I've met a buyer.
Yeah. I buy houses
Okay, okay. Like in what area?
everywhere. If I
Oh,
if I if I don't buy it, somebody else will.
somebody else. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, then here you go. Here's my
I
found a buyer.
I work with what I do mostly is I work with people like you that don't know what to do with their deals, and I sell them. But I buy them too. So if I don't want it, I'm going to know somebody that wants it. Find a good deal and I'll help you with it, okay?
Okay, well, I hope I find a good deal pretty soon, and then well, I'll contact you.
Good. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Bye.